Hello students, today we are going to discuss 5th chapter of 2nd PU Biology, that is Principles of Inheritance and Variation. Let's start the chapter. We know that in nature generally an elephant gives birth to a baby elephant only, or from a mango seed a new mango plant arises. We may wonder why these things occurs in nature, or we may observe that the offsprings of asexual reproduction are identical to their parent, whereas the offsprings of sexual reproduction have slightly differ in their character from parents to offsprings. Or we may observe that the siblings have some similar characters, or they look in same as in their morphology. When we think all these questions, for all these questions, the answer will come to a specific word of biology that is known as genetics. So, what is genetics? Genetics is a branch of biology that deals with study of inheritance and variation. So, genetics is a branch of biology that deals with study of inheritance and variation. That means, what is inheritance and what is variation? Let's going to study these two concepts in detail. Inheritance means characters, or we also call them as traits, that are inherited from one generation to another generation. Characters that are transferred from one generation to another generation, that we call them as inheritance. And inheritance are the basics for heredity. Inheritance are the basics for heredity. Then, what is variation? Before that, once again go through inheritance. Characters that are inherited or transferred from parental generation to their offsprings, that we call them as inheritance. And variation means, we know that all the characters what we have, that is what the offsprings have, is come from their parents. But some characters of offsprings that are differ to their parents, this degree of difference, this degree of difference in character from parent to offsprings or parent to daughter. This difference of characters from parents to offsprings or parents to daughter, that degree of difference is called them as variation. And we know that variation is possible only through sexual reproduction. So this is a genetics. It's a branch of biology that deals with study of inheritance, that is how the characters that are inherited from one generation to another generation, and variation, how what are the characters, how the degree of difference of characters that is varies from parents to offsprings, that includes genetics. So in this chapter, that is in this chapter, that is principles of inheritance and variation, we are going to study about detailed account on genetics. Further, the genetics, the major contribution to the field of genetics was given by a person, that is Mendel. We call them as Gregor John Mendel. He is the father of genetics. And the term genetics was coined by a person, that is Bateson. This Bateson coined the term genetics, and he is also the father of modern genetics. Modern genetics. Then we have to remember one more person, that is T.H. Morgan. Morgan. He is the father of experimental genetics. T.H. Morgan is the father of experimental genetics. So we have three well-known persons who majorly contributed to the field of genetics. One is Gregor John Mendel, father of genetics. Bateson, the term genetics was coined by Bateson, and he is the father of modern genetics. Whereas T.H. Morgan, Thomas Hunt Morgan, he is the father of experimental genetics. Then after knowing this about the definition and well-known person regarding the field of genetics, before we start the chapter, we will deal with basic terminologies that we use in the chapter. Let's discuss the terminologies. The first terminology we use is gene. Gene, it is a structural and functional unit of inheritance. Gene is the structural and functional unit of inheritance. If we see a gene, the gene, it is also defined as, it is a segment of DNA. It is a segment of DNA. If you see here, this is a DNA, double stranded structure. So this small segment, we call them as gene. And what is the function of gene? And why we call it is a structural and functional unit of inheritance? Before we move on to this word, we will see the location where the gene is present. Gene is present on DNA. DNA is present on chromosomes. So, and chromosomes are the carriers or the vehicles which carry the genetic information from one generation to another. Second terminology is the locus, or it is also, locus is a plural, loci is a singular. Locus, it is defined as the position of gene on chromosome. So chromosome ಅಲ್ಲಿ gene ಎಲ್ಲಿದೆ ಅಂತ ಪರ್ಟಿಕ್ಯುಲರ್ ಪೊಸಿಷನ್ ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಲ್ಲ ಅದನ್ನ ಲೋಕೈ ಅಥವಾ ಲೋಕಸ್ ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ. So next we have phenotype and genotype. Phenotype, it is a physical appearance, or we also called as external appearance. For example, if you see a flower, we may tell that the flower is bright and attractive. The flower is red in color or blue in color. That external appearance or physical outer appearance is called them as phenotype. So genotype means it is the genetic makeup of an organism. So in phenotype we may tell that the flower is red in color. That is phenotype. So what is the gene or what are the genes responsible for red color in a flower? That what we are going to study is known as genotype or genetic makeup of an organism. Next, the fifth one we are going to study is homozygous condition. Homo means same, zygous is come from zygote. So, and we also know that zygote is diploid in nature. Zygote is diploid in nature. So, homozygous condition is defined as a pair of gene for particular character on homologous chromosome. A pair of gene for particular character on homologous chromosome. We know that homologous chromosome is diploid and consists of same chemical nature. So here this homozygous condition is a pair of gene for particular character on homozygous or homologous chromosome. So this homozygous is of two types. If both the gene are dominant, this is called dominant homozygous. Usually in genetics, the dominant is denoted by capital letters, or if both the characters are dwarf, we call them as recessive homozygous condition. So after this, we move on with one more, that is heterozygous. So heterozygous condition is defined as a pair of dissimilar characters heterozygous condition pair of dissimilar character present on homologous chromosome. Character present on homologous chromosome. So homologous chromosome, but the genes are different. So this condition we call them as heterozygous condition. After this, we move on with further concept, that is hybrid. We already know about hybrid. So we go on to study hybrid right now. Hybrid, it is obtained by crossing between two parents. Hybrid is obtained by crossing between two parents which differ in at least, we are using the word at least, single contrasting character, which differ in at least single contrasting characters. So we know that hybrid is a variety that is obtained by crossing between two parents or two different organisms of same species which are differing at least single contrasting character. And this process of getting hybrid, we call them as hybridization. So how we study this hybrid process? For example, we take two parents, that is parent P1 and parent P2. So imagine this parent P1 is tall and parent P2 is dwarf. If we cross between these two parents, the offsprings that is obtained having both the characters of parent 1 and parent 2. Thus, this offsprings is obtained by crossing between two parents. We call them as hybrid variety. And based on participation of parents, this hybrid is of three types. So let's discuss the types of hybrid. Participation of parents, it is of three types, that is monohybrid, dihybrid and trihybrid. Monohybrid cross means a cross made between two parents that are differing single contrasting character. For example, capital A small a or capital T small t. So here the contrasting character is, or even the character is height, which are expressed in two forms. One is tall and another one is dwarf. Then dihybrid, the cross made between two parents which refers to two contrasting characters. So it can be mentioned as capital A small a, capital B small b. This is a representation of dihybrid expression. So when we write capital A, capital B small b, this is not the correct expression of dihybrid. Small a, capital B small, this is also wrong. So, or capital A, capital B, or we can mention capital B, this is also not correct because all are homozygous. So, this is a correct expression. Then trihybrid. Trihybrid is referred as the cross made between two parents with three contrasting characters. For example, capital A small a, capital B small b, capital C small c. This is about the few terminologies that are used in the field of genetics to study this chapter. Some other are there. When we discuss those concepts, we will further study those terminologies. After knowing this terminology, we are moving with very well-known person, that is a father of genetics, that is Gregor John Mendel. So next, we are going to study with Mendelism or Mendelian genetics. Mendel was born in 22 July 1822 in Austria, and he is graduate in mathematics He is a mathematician, physics and natural science. And Mendel studied on pea plants in the year 1852 to 1863. In this year, that is totally 7 years, or in this period, that is totally 7 years, Mendel performed thousands, nearly 1000 hybridization plans or programs on pea plant, that is garden pea, Pisum sativa. And Mendel published his journal in the year 1866 on the name hybridization on plants or plant hybridization. And Mendel died in the year 1884 without any recognition. Mendel work does not recognized or noticed by any others when he was living. Later, there are 3 persons, that is Hugo de Vives, then Correns and von Teschermark. In the year 1900, they rediscovered Mendelian principles. So that means exactly after 16 years of Mendel's death, these 3 persons once again rediscovered Mendelian principles. After studying this Mendelian principles by these 3 persons, they rediscovered Mendelian principles. So I earlier told Mendel to carry this experiment, he used pea plants. Let's discuss why Mendel selected pea plants for his experiments. Reasons for selecting pea plant. First reason is the pea plant having shorter lifespan. So this plant have very short lifespan. So within a shorter period, several generations can be obtained. And this pea plant, that is scientific name is Pisum sativum. This pea plant is a bisexual flower. The pea plant having bisexual flower, so the bisexual flower undergo both self and cross pollination. Then third one, the flowers are larger in size. The flowers are larger in size, so it is easy to perform hybridization experiments. And fourth one, the pea plant having diploid number of chromosome 2n is equal to 40. So here Compared to any other plant species, the chromosome number is less. So this is also helpful for Mendel to study more about this plant. Okay, and this pea plant shows variations. This variations also helps to study the Mendel in detail account. So by these following characters, Mendel selected pea plant for its experimental material. So after this, I earlier told Mendel work was not recognized when he was living. The reason for not notice or recognition for Mendel work. In that, first reason is Mendel published his journals in only local newspapers, not published his papers on international journals. So this Mendel principle cannot reach it throughout the world. It can be circulated limited to a particular area. Then second thing is Mendel used mathematical symbols and theories. Because Mendel is a mathematician, so the biologist does not accept Mendelian principle. And third one is Mendel performed this similar experiment like Pisum sativum in one more plant, that is hawkweed. In this plant, Mendel did not get the proper or satisfactory result that what he get in pea plant. So pea plant ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಏನು ರಿಸಲ್ಟ್ ಬಂದಿತ್ತು ಅದೇ ರಿಸಲ್ಟ್ ಆನ್ ಈ ಪ್ಲಾಂಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಬರಲಿಲ್ಲ. So this makes that reduces the confidence level in Mendel. And fourth one is during this period one more person was very famous, that is Darwin. So ಆ ಕಾಲದಲ್ಲಿ ಆಗಿನ ಒಬ್ಬ ವಿಜ್ಞಾನಿ ಹುಟ್ಟಿದ್ದ, ಅವನ ಥಿಯರಿ ಅಪ್ರೂವ್ಡ್ ಆಗಿತ್ತು, ಅದೆಲ್ಲರೂ ಅಕ್ಸೆಪ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು, ಅದೇ ಡಾರ್ವಿನ್ ಥಿಯರಿ ಆಫ್ ನ್ಯಾಚುರಲ್ ಸೆಲೆಕ್ಷನ್. ಸೊ ಆಲ್ ದ ಪರ್ಸನ್ಸ್ ಆರ್ ಬಿಸಿ in reading and analyzing Darwin theory. So no one will focus on this Mendelian principles. After this, we are going to study the contrasting characters that what Mendel tell. So Mendel selected pea plant for his experiments. We already know that. So he selected 7 characters. Each character have alternate forms. Let's discuss them. So characters, and here each character has 2 types. One is dominant and another one is recessive. The first character that Mendel selected is seed shape. Usually in pea plant, we are all discussing this is with pea plant. In pea plant, the dominant seed shape is round and recessive is wrinkled. After seed shape, we will discuss the seed color. The dominant seed color is yellow, recessive is green. Then flower color, the dominant color of flower is violet, recessive is white. Flower position, the dominant position, that is axial, and recessive is terminal. So axial, recessive is terminal, or call them as apex then seed shape, seed color, flower position, then pod color. The dominant pod color is green. So pod is a covering where the seeds are protected. This is a pod. Okay, usually the pod color is green, and the recessive character of pod color is yellow. Next, pod shape. Pod shape we can define as full, that is complete and constricted. Next, seventh one is stem height. Dominant one is tall and recessive one is dwarf. So these are the 7 characters that are selected by Mendel and explained throughout this phenomenon. So in next class we are going to discuss Mendelian principles. So this is a 7 character what Mendel explained. So each character has dominant type and recessive type. Thank you. Hello students, now we are going to deal with hybridization experiments performed by Mendel, and he is the father of genetics. Hybridization is a process in which the cross made between two parents, and among these two parents at least they have one different character. At least I am using the word they have one different character, and the offsprings produced from hybridization we call them as hybrids. Then there are mainly 3 steps involved in hybridization of experiments. One is selection of parents, second step is cross pollination, and third step is self pollination. Then to explain this hybridization performed by Mendel, I am going to take with monohybrid cross. Then what is monohybrid cross? Mono means single. Monohybrid cross means a cross made between two parents that are differ in single contrasting character. The cross made between two parents that are differ in single contrasting character. That cross we call them as monohybrid cross. And here to explain this monohybrid cross, I take an example of stem height. Usually stem height is of 2 forms. One is tall and another one is dwarf. Then we know that always the parents that are selected by Mendel are pure lines, that is homozygous tall and homozygous dwarf. If you see this here, I take this is a homozygous tall and this is the homozygous dwarf. So I mentioned tall is mentioned in dominant, that is capital letter, and dwarf is mentioned in small letters, this is recessive character. And among this, some character acts as female, that means this tall plant is a bisexual, and we know that pea plant is a bisexual flower. So if you say it is bisexual, which consists of 2 essential orals, that is androecium and gynoecium, along with calyx and corolla. Here also we have to mention this androecium and gynoecium. Then second step is cross pollination. First we completed selection of parents. To carry this experiment, Mendel selected a pea plant which have a character, that is stem height, which exhibits in 2 forms. One is tall form and another one is dwarf form. Then the second step is cross pollination. Here For cross pollination, there are some steps are included. So the first step is emasculation, second step is bagging, third step is debagging, fourth step is dusting, and fifth step is rebagging. Let's discuss one by one in detail. The first step is emasculation. So, emasculation, we already come to know about emasculation in the sexual reproduction of flowering plants. Emasculation is a process in which removal of anthers from bisexual flower before it dehiscence. So we are using the flower that is bisexual, that consists of both stamen as well as the female part, that is stigma, style stigma ovary, which consists of gynoecium. So if we take, this is a flower having this is a male part, that is stamen, and this is a female part, that is carpel. And we know that stamen consists of anther and filament, and carpel consists of stigma, style, and ovary. We already come to know in first and second chapter also. So now in emasculation we will remove the anthers by using forceps in bisexual flower before the flower will dehiscence or matures. So this emasculation is done in early bud condition. To get desired combination, the agriculturist and persons, majorly the horticulturist and any other persons, if you want to get the desired combination, they go for cross pollination, and first step in that is emasculation. So next, second step is bagging. One is completed, now we move on with second step. In bagging, the emasculated flower, because here we have sepals and here we have petals and everything are there, because the flower consists of 4 orals. So now this emasculated flower is covered with butter sheath or cotton bag to prevent further contamination. That protecting the emasculated flower with butter paper, we call them as bagging. Okay, so emasculation and bagging is completed. Now the third step we are going to discuss is debagging. So now we made emasculation and we get only the female part, that is carpel, and we cover them with butter paper. Then at maturity, the flower, the female flower should undergo fertilization. If it undergo fertilization, that is cross pollination, we have to expose the flower. If you want to expose, or if you want to get fertilization product, the flower should be exposed. On that time we have to remove the butter sheet. This removal of butter sheet or butter paper for further fertilization process, that removal we call them as debagging. So we done bagging to prevent contamination in earlier stage. When the flower matures, it has to undergo the fertilization. If it undergo fertilization means the covering should be open. That opening of covering is known as the bagging. Then fourth step is dusting. In dusting, what happens? I already told this is a cross pollination, have 5 steps. So now, if a flower undergo cross pollination, now here we have a emasculated flower, only the female part is present, that is stigma, style and ovary. Now this part undergo cross pollination. So if it undergo cross pollination, what we have to do means we have to take the dwarf pea plant of same species, we have to remember, because pollination occurs always between the members of same species. So we have to select dwarf pea plant. Then we collect pollen grains from that pea plant, and that pollen grains are passed or placed on stigma for further pollination. And this step is known as dusting. So now here stigma is there, and this stigma is covered with pollen grains. After the stigma is attached with pollen grains, once again it is bagged with butter sheet. This bagging process is called them as rebagging. Bagging, debagging, rebagging. So totally there are 5 steps that are involved in this cross pollination. Now there are 2 steps are completed. Now we go on with the third step, that is self pollination. Now, what we analyze from cross pollination is there are 2 characters are present. One is tall and another one is dwarf of the pea plant. Mendel crossed between them. Okay. After fertilization is completed, Mendel get the seeds of pea plant. Now it is very important. Now what this Mendel is made means, okay, he collected the seeds and sown on agriculture land. So ಅವನು ಏನು ಮಾಡ್ದ, ಆ ಸೀಡ್ಸ್ನ ಕಲೆಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಿಕೊಂಡು ಅದನ್ನು ಭೂಮಿಗೆ ಹಾಕ್ತಾ. ಆಫ್ಟರ್ ಇಸ್ ಸೋನ್ ಹಿ ಗೆಟ್ ಪ್ಲಾಂಟ್ಸ್. ಸೊ ಬೀಜನ ಭೂಮಿಗೆ ಹಾಕಿದ ಮೇಲೆ ಗಿಡ ಬರೋದಕ್ಕೆ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ಆಯಿತು. ಯಾವಾಗ ಈ ಸೀಡ್ಸ್ ಇಂದ ಪ್ಲಾಂಟ್ಸ್ ಬಂತೋ, ಆಫ್ ಸ್ಪ್ರಿಂಗ್ಸ್ ಬಂತೋ, ಅದನ್ನ F1 ಜನರೇಷನ್ ಅಂತ ಕರೆದ. ಸೊ ಈ ಮೆಂಡಲ್ ಕಾಲ್ಡ್ the plants that are come from the seeds of these 2 characters are called them as F1 generation, that is first filial generation. First filial generation. And Mendel observed that in first filial generation all the offsprings, all the young pea plants that are offsprings are tall in nature. ಬರುವ ಎಲ್ಲ ಆಫ್ಸ್ಪ್ರಿಂಗ್ಸ್ ಗಳು ಏನಾಗಿತ್ತು, ಟಾಲೇ ಇತ್ತು. all they possess tall character. No one in F1 generation possess dwarf character. So all are tall in F1 generation. So like this Mendel made several F1 progeny means offsprings, Mendel made several F1 progeny, all are tall in nature. Now, in third step, that is self-pollination. Now, this is a clear step in which Mendel selected two tall plants of F1 generation and he made cross between these two. After crossing between these two plants, because he is a bisexual, after crossing these two plants, he get offsprings. This offsprings, okay, after made cross pollination, after made self pollination between these two, he gets seeds, okay, and that seeds once again sown in agriculture land, and then he get offsprings. That offsprings he call them as F2 generation, that is second filial generation. In F2 generation, he observed that 3/4 of the plants are tall and 1/4 of the plants are dwarf in nature. ಹಾಗಾದ್ರೆ F1 ಜನರೇಷನ್ ಮೆಂಡಲ್ ಏನು ಅಬ್ಸರ್ವ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದ, ಬರುವ ಎಲ್ಲ ಆಫ್ ಸ್ಪ್ರಿಂಗ್ಸ್ಗಳು ಟಾಲ್ ಇದೆ ಅಂತ ಅಬ್ಸರ್ವ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದ. ಬಟ್ F2 ಜನರೇಷನ್ ಎರಡು ಏನ್ ಮಾಡ್ದ, ಈ ಟೇಕ್ 2 F1 hybrids and he go for self pollination or self crossing. ಸೊ ಈಗ ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ ಏನಾಯ್ತು, ಅವನಿಗೆ ಬರುವ ಆಫ್ ಸ್ಪ್ರಿಂಗ್ಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ 3% ಭಾಗ 75% resembles tall character or tallness. Remaining 25%, that is 1/4, will show dwarfness. Okay, this dwarfness is not found in F1 generation, which is found only in F2 generation. Okay, then Mendel performed this hybridization experiments for remaining 6 characters also, that is seed color, pod color, seed shape, pod shape, flower color, flower position. Totally there are 7 contrasting characters what Mendel expressed, and one we take and remaining 6 he performed the same experiment and he got same result as he got in this height character. Always the dominant is